can't say. There you go.
But it's through the National Academy of Sciences, right? And it's through, they argue for about 18 months about what our priorities are.
And they argue by email or something?
They get together, they go to conferences, they have formal ways to get together, and then they argue in person, and they say these should be the biggest, actually what they do is that these are the biggest questions. And I think this is what's interesting about separating science from human spaceflight, about how we decide what to do. Science, because it's measuring real things in the physical world, you have some external set of conditions and realities that constrain what you do, right?
Give me an example. You're talking about measuring temperature.
Well, you have like a bunch of scientists, a bunch of contrarian scientists in a room together.
No, you don't.
And that would just be, how do you resolve? I think looking for life on Europa is more important than looking for the history of geologic evolution of the cosmos, in dark matter or dark energy. Well, they can get together in a room and they can say, what are the biggest questions? Because as a field, they generally know what that is. These are the biggest unknowns that we've learned in the last 10 years. And because those unknowns exist beyond the opinions of somebody, right? Because again, science is measuring some objective reality. You will eventually find some version of consensus to say these are actually the biggest and most important questions, right?
So what happened with Mars sample return?
Well, I think it is set as the priority, and I think it has been a long-term priority because, again, it has all these benefits. I think the problem with Mars sample return is that there's so many various justifications for it that there isn't a single one that you can just
So do I have to get in charge, Chuck? Is that what it is?
That's pretty much what the answer is.
We're going to find out if life started on Mars. Mars was hit with an impactor. This fell to Earth, and you and I are descendants from Martians. Yeah. That's what we're going to go find out.
Right.
Do you guarantee this as the outcome?
I guarantee that we will evaluate that. We can evaluate that hypothesis before we send people and contaminate it.